I shouldn't have to make a video like this, but apparently Humble Bundle is run by a bunch of crooks who won't be bothered to do anything unless I threaten them. So I'm just going to publicly humiliate them by letting everybody know what they were just doing to me for the past year. Now, just in case you're not familiar, Humble Bundle is this site where you can go look at a bunch of bundled games, books, software, things like that. In fact, I'll pull up their games right now, and they've got all sorts of themes going on throughout the year, different days that you can jump in and purchase a bunch of basically Steam keys for some sort of a theme, and they all get wrapped together, and supposedly the excess funds are going to charity. I say supposedly because of the way that this company actually runs, behaves, and treats its customers. I highly doubt that that's even true. But neither here nor there, let's actually look at what happened here. So if you want to jump to the quick TLDR of what happened here, I can quickly show you that Humble Bundle just stole from me, which really these were games for my daughter. They just stole over 35 games, and one of them I already had gone through this message on here, but I wanted to make sure that you all saw this. They stole all of these games and are refusing to even give a refund for what I paid for them, even though I never wanted this to happen to begin with. How did we get here? Let me show you. So this whole thing started with Humble Choice. Let me show you what this is. So basically, you go to Humble Choice, and you can pay basically like a subscription fee. Think like PlayStation Plus or something, right? You pay like $12 a month or something like that, and you get just a random assortment of games. This looks like whatever they happen to have here for May 24, okay? So if you pay for a month, you get the games that are already in there for that month. Now, this is kind of more like a subscription service like Amazon Prime, if you're familiar with that, as opposed to PlayStation. Say if you pay for PlayStation Plus, okay, and you do this in on the 15th of, let's just say May, because it's May, right? You can play, while you have your subscription service, any of the games that are available and you have downloaded for May, and then for the first 15 days of June, because you paid for 30 days, you're going to be able to also play whatever games pop up there as well. That is not how this works. This is more like Amazon Prime, where they want you to sign up for this. That's why they tantalize you with a bunch of games, you know, like Yakuza, Like a Dragon, Hi-Fi Rush. They want you to pay for this because you're actually locked in to continuously paying for more Humble Choice, and you cannot opt out of it until it is too late. So what had happened was, I believe this was June last year, okay, and I can even show you the stuff that I have personally purchased. Let me show you right here, okay? And I want to make sure this is clear. I've been, you know, supporting them for over 2 years now, okay? And you can see that right here, I made this horrible mistake of buying June 2023 Humble Choice. The reason I did this is because my wife really wanted to play Ghostwire Tokyo, which was the big game they were showcasing in that one, and the price for Humble Choice for that month was lower than what we were going to spend on Steam. Granted, this was one of the games we were looking if we were going to try and get a PS5, but of course the PS5 is way too expensive and there's not enough unique games to play on it. So this is kind of why we changed our mind and said, all right, whatever, we're gonna play them where we can afford to play them. We're not made of money. We do not have a lot of money in this household. We absolutely live paycheck to paycheck, okay? That's why what I'm about to show you matters. June Humble Choice rolls around. I want her to buy that, and I get that for her, and of course it will not let me cancel this until the time is up. And I can't, like, uncheck a box or anything that says, don't automatically charge me for the next month. It just will do that, whether you want to or not. So I try to tell it to cancel this. But before we even go any further, okay, I already ran into a problem. Now, I want to be perfectly clear here. Everything else I've bought through Humble Bundle has been fine. Perfectly fine, no problems. Okay, like typically you get download codes and usually everything is okay as long as you do not have to actually deal with the people who work at Humble Bundle because they're crooks. Now follow me here. On June Humble Choice, this is the start of where everything went wrong. They had a coupon that was supposed to make their Humble Choice $4, I think, cheaper than what it normally is for that month. So it's not much, but it was something to where I was still bothered that when I put in the coupon, and the coupon that they advertised on their own site that was applying for this, it just like didn't do anything. So I had to contact their customer support, and I'm blah blah, they escalate the case, and of course they're just like, I'm sorry, all Humble Choice purchases are final. Like, they don't really fully listen to what I explained was the problem. Like, no, I actually intended to purchase June Humble Choice. However, I'm asking that the coupon code that I used on it actually be there. Like, can I just have the refund of the $4 that you shouldn't have charged me? This shouldn't be tough. But they, even for $4, were digging their heels in the mud, and this goes on and on and on, and they just refuse to pay up these $4. At the very end, they do actually do something about this, but I want to make sure that I'm clear and I read the rest of this, because like, they will do anything but refund your money here. They will never do it. I have never seen any of that money back that I'm going to talk about today. Not the $4, whatever, and then the accidental charge, which is coming up in a bit, and then all of the games that I just purchased for my daughter that she wanted to play the other day and was crying to me because they were all gone. Yes, Humble Bundle, if you're watching this, you just made my 3-year-old daughter cry because you stole her video games. So anyway, what they're saying on here is, sadly, revealing any content or using a choice will mean that we cannot make exceptions to this policy. So basically what happened, during this period, like July rolls over, because it was like barely into June, I think, when I made this purchase for the June Humble Choice, and I checked, like, okay, like, what's in the July? I'm assuming this is like PlayStation Plus, you know, like I paid for 30 days access to whatever they happen to have up on here, you know, and I'll just like take a look at them. Okay, so I take a look, I open the page to see what kind of keys are in there. I don't activate any of them because I'm already worried that they're gonna be trying to cheat me. And at this point, at this moment in time, they had never done anything to make me suspect that they were such a vile company. But even though I didn't activate a single one of those keys, I didn't touch them, okay? Not a single one of those July choice ones I never touched. They still said, doesn't matter, we're not giving you any of your money back for this June coupon, which is actually what I'm talking about, the June coupon. So I'm going to scroll all the way down into the bottom because you can see eventually they did get somewhere where they actually said they were going to give me a refund for this. Just kidding, it's not this. Like, they're still fighting me at this point. Unfortunately, once content has been revealed, we are unable to offer a refund on the order. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is, once again, they're saying, once I have allowed my wife to use the key to play Ghostwire Tokyo, I am no longer permitted to have the $4 that I gave them for the coupon that I tried to redeem, and their own system that they advertised would not let me have that discount. And yes, it applies in my country and all that nonsense. It absolutely applied. I'm trying to save you some time here so we can get to the real meat of the problem here. All right, so here's the closest they've ever come to actually giving me a refund. And here's the thing. I skimmed this at the time because like every single time I got an email from these guys, I was just so fuming that I didn't want to deal with the way that they were treating me. So here is what they said, and this is what I skimmed over and I should have read more carefully. With that being said, I will be willing to offer the difference in wallet credit as a one-time courtesy. To me, that is store credit, right? You would think Humble Wallet credit must be in-store credit, and clearly, as I have shown you, I'm willing to purchase stuff on their site. That's totally fine. Eventually, I'll spend it. That's cool. And they said, would that work for you? And I'm like, yes, that sounds great. Thank you so much for your help. I really like your store, so credit is a fine solution. What I should have paid more attention to, this would apply to future orders in the store section of the site, but not bundles or Humble Choice. You know, the only reason that people buy anything on their store. If you go to Humble Bundle right now, you can actually go to their store and treat it like it's Steam. Like, just scroll around and actually just try to buy video games individually, and of course, they're like at their retail price. Here, now there's some featured deals, of course, now that I say that, but like, whenever I've looked up anything that I've actually wanted, if there's a sale on Steam, it's usually not here, and if there is, it's not as good. Typically, it's bundles, choice, or nothing here. I didn't even pay attention to this store. The only reason that they're giving me, you can even see it right there, $4 measly, is because they want to make sure that people are not spending money on the bundles, but over here on the store where they make all their money. That's not the same as a refund. I didn't give them that money accidentally because I wanted to spend it elsewhere. Now let's move on because they, as you can see, they actually gave me the $4, and I want to pull this up and show you no more, okay? They owe me a lot more. All right, so it's not showing on here because they've been messing with this, but after June 2023, as you can kind of assume from what I'm telling you here, the Amazon Prime cheat thing where it automatically rolls you into the next month without asking you and charges you automatically for July 2023. And I didn't actually want July 2023 because I remember when this even rolled over from June, you can see I bought it on the 18th. So I had some days into July, me thinking this is like a normal subscription service. I'm going to be able to have access to something they have in July. Luckily, I didn't trust them on that, though that still they didn't give me the refund anyway. But when it actually rolled over to July 18th, their system automatically charged me even though I didn't touch any of it and I tried to cancel it. This charge is no longer on here on my list of purchased products, and neither is the list of stuff that I bought for my daughter because they did something on their end to actually remove it. Now, I'm not going to pull up my actual credit card information and show you that there is no refund there because, like, how am I supposed to show you what isn't there? But yes, I did just check again, giving them the benefit of the doubt because I have been waiting on this clearly for about a year, going back and forth on them for $12, and they won't even have the courtesy of giving me them in this crummy wallet money, even though they just owe me for a refund. So as that's going on, I'm having an issue because here, once again, I want to remind you, I forgot about this part. This kind of went over my head as I was finally euphoric. They listened to me. They're actually going to give me money back. Even though it's not a refund like they legally should be doing, they're giving me, at the very least, some store credit that I'll eventually use. So let's jump forward. Earlier this year, they had this bundle called Spring Into Learning, the Complete Humongous Entertainment Collection. So if you don't know what the Humongous Entertainment games are, they're basically these series of like point-and-click adventure games that were made for children. They're educational, they're fun, cute, cartoony, they're really great. They came out when I was a kid, and I remember them being really high quality, and I saw they had this bundle for a whole bunch of them. I thought, you know, that's actually a really good thing for me to let my daughter use. It's a great way to learn how to use a mouse and keyboard, problem solving, reasoning, a little bit of math, memorizing, things like that. They're great. So I decided to purchase this, expecting my refund is going to come out of my Humble wallet, which obviously, as we just read over here, didn't happen. So instead, I then have to contact their customer service again, asking, hold on, I just got charged the full amount for this, but I should have, one, I had actually forgotten about the $4 coupon thing by this point, but that is still sitting in there, clearly not being used. And then there's the fact that they never gave me the refund for July choice, but instead what they did do is remove it from my product list, so it looks like I didn't even pay for it when I did. So that money is completely missing, and because of that, when I purchased this and I looked at my actual receipt, I went, hold on, why was all of that money charged on my Discover card and not actually being charged from the Humble wallet like they told me it would? Then I pulled up another customer service ticket. All right, so this time Princess here is going to be the one who is helping me with customer service on Humble Bundle's page. Now, to make sure that they understood this properly, of like why I was saying that this bundle that I purchased for my daughter was not actually using the credit that I was told that I was issued. So once again, this was my discrepancy of not remembering that last line that I'm not supposed to use it here. But it gets worse. She says, unfortunately, it looks like you've already revealed some of the content associated with this Humble Choice purchase. I didn't. I never revealed any of the keys that were actually from that. I'm afraid that since the content has been distributed already, we're unable to consider a refund. I never used any of those keys. Not one. And I tried to intentionally cancel this. But once again, when you're dealing with customer service, I'm trying not to put too much down on the paper, because sometimes they'll just skim it, like I clearly was just guilty of, and then just write a response quickly and not understand what the problem was. And here's exactly where that comes in. So my reply to that is, first of all, I was already told last year that I would be getting a credit for this accidental charge. I never wanted the July choice and never redeemed any of the keys from it, because at this point in time, you got to remember, there is still this sitting right in here, July Humble Choice, sitting in my purchase list, and it had a price tag on it. You can't just go back on telling me that I'll be getting a credit on my account and then claim the opposite. This was just baiting me into being scammed out of more money. I purchased a recent bundle trying to spend that promised credit. I hoped for higher standards from a company that claims to send funds to charities. If you insist on proof, either look up the correspondence from my account or I'll dig it up myself. Once again, I'm demanding the refund I was promised, and if you are intent on being crooks about this, I'll take it up with my bank and the BBB. And their response, you won't believe. So, check this out. This immediately was the next thing they said. Hi Alex, as requested, I issued a refund to the original payment for this method of this order. Spring into Learning the complete humongous collection. That is not even close to what I was talking about, okay? All of a sudden, they're like, oh, you clearly wanted a refund. So even though she just before said, I'm sorry, sadly, revealing any content or using a choice would mean that we cannot accept it. And there's no exceptions to this policy. I had already opened all of those games from the Humble Choice, and I was letting my daughter play them. Okay, so contradicting what they just said, and even though the thing I was asking about, Humble Choice July of last year, not even on Princess's mind. Her Majesty couldn't even be bothered. It goes on. You should see the refund posted within 3 to 5 business days. Please keep in mind that if we issued a refund within the purchase while still in a pending state on your card, the pending charge will likely disappear, so there will be no record of the transaction. That's normal with most financial institutions. Additionally, any keys redeemed from the refunded purchase will be revoked from their relevant platform within a few days. Let me know if you have any further questions or concerns, and I'll be happy to help. Otherwise, take care. Look, just to be completely fair here, I'm gonna make sure that I read everything that I said here too, because I'm not great with customer service that goes out of their way to just like, I don't know if this is gross negligence or just complete ineptitude or what. But I say, hold on, that is not what I asked for at all. I'll try to explain again. I purchased June Humble Choice last year intentionally. July came around and I was automatically charged for July Humble Choice, but I didn't want it. I never used any of the keys from July Humble Choice. I spoke with customer service and they said they'd give me a credit on my account in the amount of July Humble Choice to spend later. Recently, I purchased the Spring Into Learning bundle for my daughter with the intention of using that credit, but the credit was never issued. It's the July Choice charge that I wanted a refund for and not the Spring Into Learning bundle. Feel free to revoke any of the keys for the July Choice as I never used them. But please don't take my daughter's games away and make me buy and activate them all again. They reply, Hi Alex, thanks for getting back to me again. Upon checking, there is no July 2023 Humble Choice that you purchased because the person that I spoke to last time removed it from my account without issuing a refund. Maybe the charge that you mean from July is for the Humble that you purchased in June. Could you please send me a transaction ID for the July Choice that you purchased? You see what they just did there? They intentionally removed the fact that I could even see this on here and then asked me to show proof that I even purchased it, knowing that I no longer can. That's despicable. Look forward to hearing from you. I reply, is it possible that it was removed from my orders after my first communication with customer service last year? They did say they'd revoke it and send me the refund as credit, but the credit never came. Since I never wanted the July Choice games, I never even looked to see what happened to them. You can see definitively that my next purchase after that point was the Spring Into Learning bundle, which didn't have the credit applied, so you know I'm being honest about the missing refund. I say this assuming that they're being honest with me, because once again, that was obviously here and I was looking at it right here on my purchased products list, which it is now also removed. All right, so what happens next? About a week and a half later, I have to send them another message saying resending to make sure this didn't get lost, as they never replied to me. 2 weeks after that, I send them another message saying I won't accept you ignoring me for another 2 weeks. If I don't get my promised refund in 1 week, I'll report you to the BBB and have my charge reversed by the bank. PSA for you guys, if you are ever cheated by a company or like some scam or anything like that, you are able to contest that charge with either your bank or your credit card company if you provide all the necessary information that shows them that the company or whatever business dealing person, whatever, was fraudulent and you deserve to have your money back. They will overturn the charge for you. It happens, just to let you know, you do have that power. Even though the BBB in the United States is pretty much useless, they're still at least able to put pressure on some of these larger companies that won't do anything for their customer service. I finally got a reply on this day. This one's classic. Princess, hi Alex, thanks for getting back once again. I wanted to share an article with you that provides guidance on utilizing a Humble Wallet effectively. Please click this link below. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to read out for us. This is like the most condescending thing you can do in customer service. Assume you know the person's problem. You know better, and they're too stupid to understand. Now, to her credit, I did have a misconception with how Humble Wallet worked. It did not actually use the funds that were supposed to be from my wallet on the bundle that I purchased. That's all she had to say. Here's the thing though. I purchased July Humble Choice unintentionally, and it's gone here, and they never gave me the money back for it. And now that I've purchased this Spring Into Learning thing for my daughter, it's also gone by this point. And between this point, I actually don't know that yet. I haven't figured that out. I assumed that from the way that she is acting on here, she overturned this herself and there was no problem. Big mistake on my end, because just a few days ago, I sent them this. Hold on, I just signed on to let my daughter play her games I bought in the mentioned bundle and they're all gone. I never once requested that my recent purchase be overturned. I also wasn't even given a refund for this ridiculous event. Give me back the Steam keys I purchased now. And that's what this all is here. Every single one of those games that I got for her has all been revoked, okay? All right, and since they never got back to me, I sent them a follow-up email, and they are still ignoring me. You absolute crooks. I've kind of lost my patience by this point. My daughter is now in tears because all her games are gone. Now I have to go one by one and click through and tell Steam that I acknowledge that they have all been revoked, even though this was entirely your fault for not listening to the actual problem I posed to you. It took ages typing in all of those game keys and setting up a child account for her to play in the first place, which, by the way, was a nightmare. So Steam Families is a beta thing that you can set up for. So if you're a parent and you want your children to be able to play games that are on your account, but only curate certain ones for them and obviously filter out the ones that are not appropriate for their age group, that's what I tried to set up for. And it was a Steam beta thing, and it was an absolute nightmare because it probably was just in beta, but I was having lots of problems with Humble Bundle and with Steam going back and forth, neither actually sending those password reset emails or the verification stuff to my phone or my email. Nothing was working. It was a nightmare of a day. And by the way, I'm dyslexic on top of autistic, so if you give me a long string of letters and numbers, what was it, 36 games individually, and I have to go through every single one of them from my phone to my computer and type it in, it took me forever, okay? It took forever. This was a lot of time. To be explicitly clear for the last time, because I feel like they're not listening to what I'm saying. I was accidentally charged for a July choice month I didn't want. I never used the games in this accidental charge and wanted it overturned. This is all I asked for. It has become clear to me the promised refund I was owed wasn't given as credit to my account when I bought the bundle of games for my daughter earlier this year. I wanted these games, and instead they were just taken away from me for absolutely no reason. I wasn't even given a refund for this purchase. I never requested a refund for this ever, and I demand the games I paid you for to be returned immediately. They didn't even give me the money back for this Humble Bundle thing that I purchased for my daughter's games. They actually stole the games away off of my computer. Check this again. They're all gone. They stole them and didn't even give me back the money I paid for them. What you must do, or else I'll be reporting you to the BBB in my bank, and I honestly don't know why I'm giving them so many goddamn chances. Return the 35 game keys I purchased in the bundle for my daughter now. I think it was 36. Give me back my money for the July Choice accidental charge last year now. And they've still not gotten back to me. And they probably are just intent on ignoring me till the end of days. So yeah, this freaking company, holy crap, they're running an absolute scam. Like, I have heard, because I was talking on Discord with some of you guys who were wondering, like, what on earth is Humble up to? They're doing a lot of other shady stuff, but honestly, I'm not trying to, like, blow the water out and, like, whistle blow them. Like, here, I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because I'm pissed off because they stole my daughter's games. You know, like, here, even if they wanted to live in their hokey world where they get to, like, keep all of the money that someone spends that they owe them for a refund, okay? Say they get to have that, okay? Just let my daughter have her goddamn games that I purchased for her. She played those. She remembers them. She's old enough to know. She wants her games back. And you know what? I'm going to show you something right now. This is the same Humongous Entertainment complete pack on Steam to purchase and not on Humble Bundle. Let me show you how much this actually costs, okay? That's $100 as opposed to what I paid for this, which was like, I don't know, 15 or something? Maybe 20? I don't remember. They freaking stole it back from me, so I don't know. All our Spy Fox games, all our Putt Putt games, Pajama Sam, Buzzy, Freddy Fish, all that stuff. All of it. Gone. Freaking Humble Bundle is the absolute worst. Now, ironically, because I went to check this too, and I was just saying before, like, they rarely have a sale that Steam doesn't. They actually do have a sale right now on this exact same bundle, but it's still nowhere near what I actually paid for this, and still I'm not paying for it twice. I already bought these games and they are refusing to give them to me. So assuming that they're still not going to do anything, the least I can do is send this video to my credit card company and try and at least get my money back for it, but still my daughter's not going to have any of these games that she wants. I bought these for her and she was playing them and really liked them and wants to play more. We absolutely cannot afford to be paying even these huge inflated prices for this group of games, and especially not what Steam is asking for these when they're not on sale. It's insane. It's absolutely insane that I have to now go through every single one of these. Let me show you what I have to do here. I have to click, I have read this message that a Steam product code you have activated has been removed from your account, and it has to tell me every single one, and I have to click on this every single time, and then go to next, and click on that, and go to next, and click on that, and go to next, and click on that. Every single freaking game that was stolen from me. Like, I left it on here thinking, like, is there something I can do? Can I report this? Can I report to Steam what Humble Bundle just did? Because, like, that should be illegal. You know, this is an actual scam. Like, at the very, very least, this is gross negligence. At worst, this is blatant fraud and it's a scam. So if you'd like to try and get some of those funds back together so I can try to purchase my daughter's games back for her again, I have a link down in the description for my Patreon as well as PayPal links. Those do help us out greatly. I would absolutely appreciate it, especially she would appreciate it. Every single time she asks me to play one of those games, I don't know what to tell her because I'm actually so mad at what Humble did. But at the same time, like, I don't want to tell her that they were stolen, because they were stolen. But anyway, I've wasted enough freaking time on this video and on this, so hopefully I can get some of this resolution pushed back on Humble Bundle, who is clearly digging their heels and doesn't want to have anything to do with helping me, because clearly you can go on here and try and find, well, like I said, where that actual bundle existed. You cannot purchase that bundle anymore, so even if I wanted to, I can't actually buy it, but it doesn't matter. I paid for it. It is on them to give me what I paid for. That's all I ask. Is that asking much as a consumer? For crying out loud, I'm just asking as a father. I just want what my daughter bought, for crying out loud. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like the videos and subscribe for more. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.